So, an example of a downer friend or family member, it's like, if you keep telling your sister Mary about all your exciting business plans or goals or dreams or whatever, and every time she's like, I don't know, like a lot of new businesses fail. I don't know if you should start a business or you've never started a business or these kind of snide remarks that people give you. It's just their fear of failure projected onto you. And so if you allow that to come in and affect you, which is really all your choice, now you can buffer it by just not hanging out with these people. Stop sharing your dreams with Mary. Stop sharing your dreams with your fucking sister. Mary is a person that always downers your stuff, and she's been doing it for 20 years. If you think suddenly she's going to get fucking excited, and by the way, let me tell you something. Once you achieve this thing that Mary doesn't believe you can, she'll still find another way to downer it. Okay.
Yep.
You're never going to win. All right. And it happened to me even several times through writing a book. I even had, tell a story in my book about how I had one of my best friends of 30 years. And this is another reason to be with friends that are pretty confident, is you can just be straight up. I'm a very direct communicator, as everyone has already gathered in these minutes. And so my friend calls me, we've known each other for 30 years. I'm writing my first book. And he calls me and he's like, hey, how's it going? Are you getting stuff done? Are you writing? Like almost as if a nervous parent the night before a big test for the kid, and this is what I said to him. I said, hey man, you're being a fucking downer right now. First of all, don't project onto me something you're not confident in. Just because you've never written a book or anything in your life, when have I not finished everything I've said I was going to do? I've written stuff. So, for you to hang over my head here like some parent, you're just being a kind of fucking downer.
Right. It's almost like they're one, because they probably don't finish things. They're like, oh, let me see if Elle isn't finishing, because that's gonna make me feel better because I don't finish things. And
right.
And oh my gosh, you make me think of this. We had a person who wrote like why you talk about mental health in the workplace, and it was based on like people who like shame your wellness. Like if you're like, I'm going for a run, like, oh, must be nice for you to go for a run. Like they just want everyone to not run with them. So I love that you were direct with that. That's amazing.
And he was direct. He goes, no, you're right. Sorry, my bad. And we moved on. Now here's another example. That example wraps up in, what if I didn't say anything? Mm-hmm. Now I'm holding resentment. 2 years from now, something similar happens. I go, that last time, 2 years ago, no.
You've never been supportive. You've always been looking for me to fail. And they're like, where is this coming
this
from?
one time? Yeah. Get it out there. Then that way you have no hidden resentments, let me just talk about something else. I talk about people pleasing in my book, and this is a big problem. And
people pleasing is its own form of control and lack of confidence, right?
100% a form of control. And also it is literally, so, you hear people go, oh, poor Mary, like she never gets those days. Oh, she's so nice. She's too nice. If you ever hear someone say that about you or someone else, worry, because you know what that means? You're a liar. People pleasers are liars. Now, if you're out there and you're a people pleaser, sorry to tell you this, but that is the truth. You're a liar. And by the way, one of the reasons everyone loves people with confidence is because confidence equals authenticity. Authenticity reigns supreme, period. That's why we look at confident. We trust a confidence person, confidence in themselves. Anyone listening to me right now would go, I bet she knows what she's talking about. She sounds like she is, right? And again, I'm not performing. That is really true and inherent within me, but that's the case. So people pleasers don't speak up, or they don't really truly say what they believe about things because they're too afraid of someone rejecting them, or, someone not liking them, or what someone's opinion is. And so when you do that, you are really, what you're doing is you're putting forth a false projection of yourself. It's a false you, and no one can really love you or be your friend or be tight with you if inside you're not really, you're not being honest. And also,
like I find as a confident person, when I'm around a people pleaser, it makes me really uneasy because I'm like, duh, like, because they're kind of like all like, they're like, do you want to do this? Do you want to do this? Like, we can do this. Or I can make you this. Would you like me to make you a cake? I can make cookies. And it's like, just like, what do you want to make right now? It would be really awesome if you would just make a decision, because then I could just say, yes, I want that. Or actually, I'm good right now. You don't have to make me anything. It's almost like it's a little
overgiving. It's overgiving sometimes. Now, I'm a helpful person. I love to make stuff for people. I'm always offering help. I'm known as a super connector in my industry. I love helping other people out. That's another thing. Confident people encourage other people's success. So when you see like a brash chick out there who's kind of bully type and you think that's confidence, no, that's just a bully. That's just an uncoached bully who has some baseline of confidence, but they're fucking misusing it. Just like a con man. It's no different. They're misusing their confidence. Okay. And so That's not confidence. When someone's bragging and being boisterous, that's not confidence. It always feels gross because it's insecure because they're trying to prove something to somebody. I mean, the truth is that confident people don't, it's funny. I used to, when I talk with private clients and we have like an intake call to make sure we're fit before we do something, with life coaching and mentorship. I think sometimes at the end of that call, they're expecting me to sort of hard sales them. And I don't at all. I'm just like, hey, it's all good. Think about it. There's no pressure here. Talk to you later. Like because I don't have to push it. I'm confident in what I do. I only want people to come to me who want that. And it's funny because I've had a few clients who said that's the thing that actually sold me on it. And I'm like, that's kind of reverse psychology that I wasn't planning, right? It's not me because I'm confident enough in my abilities that I don't need to push you to coach with me.